Welcome to Techzine TV.
Welcome to a new episode of Techzine TV. We're still at HPE Discover, and we're going to talk to Rajeev Bhardwaj. He's Vice President and Chief Product Officer at HPE for GreenLake Private Cloud. With me is also, of course, my famous co-host, Sander.
Famous. Yeah,
Famous.
very famous.
We did many videos here.
Yeah,
That's becoming famous to the HPE audience. Huh?
That's true. That's true.
So,
Be famous.
welcome, Rajeev.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, nice for you to join us. You're the Vice President and Chief Product Officer for GreenLake Private Cloud. That's a pretty big portfolio, and also very popular at the moment, especially after the whole Morpheus acquisition and the VMware product coming out. How are your months being filled at the moment?
Oh, look, it's very exciting and of course, very busy. And, good busy is good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go on,
Okay. VME. It's a product that was announced last year. They said during Discover last year in Vegas, like, oh, we're working on some enterprise grade KVM thing coming up later this year, and then they came up with the Morpheus acquisition and it kind of exploded.
Yeah.
As a sort there was a lot of interest because a lot of your customers are a lot of VMware customers are looking for alternatives, and HPE kind of fills that gap. So I'm guessing you get a lot of questions about migration stuff and how enterprise ready is it?
Yeah. It's a really good question, and you have good memory.
Yeah.
Because we announced the VME, which is KVM-based hypervisor available from HPE. We announced last year at Barcelona, and we shipped it in December last year. Right now, we are shipping on a monthly basis with software. We are on a monthly release cadence. The response has been overwhelmingly very positive. And we've been executing on this on a couple of fronts. First and foremost, like you talked about, right? Customers are looking for flexibility. Customers are looking for choice. So this is, yet another option for customers. First thing, what we're delivering in the market is it's very compelling price points. A lot of our customers have built their clouds for more than 2 decades with socket-based metric. So when we introduced, for us, it was very simple. Hey, customers have been building their clouds based on socket, virtualization priced on socket. We did the same. So it's socket-based pricing. And, the benefit here is, as you see, the sockets having more and more cores, it really doesn't impact your cost, right? It's fixed, it's predictable cost. So that's one benefit we've delivered. Second benefit is it integrates existing workloads, right? So the question is, hey, look, I have existing virtualization already deployed. I want to bring in the HPE hypervisor. It's very simple, right? You stand up a separate cluster next to your existing clusters, all managed by our Morpheus management software. So it's two separate clusters managed by Morpheus. Customers come in through Morpheus. They get a consistent experience, a seamless experience that works across both.
Yeah. And just to get a little background, is it possible to give some indication of how popular it is? How much traction did it get in percentages or whatever? Is there a label we can put on in how popular it was when you launched it in December up until now? How fast it's grown or whatever?
It is one of the fastest growing products in HPE, right? So we see tremendous demand from our customers, our channel partners. I mean, we are seeing growth across, and this is the fastest growing product in HPE history.
Does it also mean you need to hire a lot of people to support that growth, or?
No, it's a good question, right? I mean, what the benefit we have with the hypervisor, it's KVM-based hypervisor, right? So it's a mature hypervisor. What we are doing now is adding value-added capabilities on top. we're getting it enterprise grade ready, right? So enterprise ready. So, things such as automation, as an example. A lot of customers use Ansible. They use Terraform to have cloud interactions, to program their cloud capabilities. Guess what? We've enabled Terraform,
Hmm.
and we enabled Ansible on top,
Mm.
right?
And what about the performance of the hypervisor itself? Because KVM has always been known for being very performant.
Yeah.
Is that something that you should see gets a lot of traction in the?
It's a good question. We actually, as a matter of fact, we just completed a test. We took a ProLine Gen 12 server and we ran some performance tests, and the hypervisor, the VME hypervisor delivers near bare metal performance.
Mm-hmm.
We get 98% performance, right? That's near bare metal performance. So it's a good candidate for moving a lot of traditional bare metal workloads, a percentage of those onto VME.
Yeah.
And the benefit, of course, is right. You have one way to manage your infrastructure versus separate.
Yeah.
You get more operational efficiency. So yeah, we are seeing that.
Yeah. And when it comes to being enterprise ready, is it up there with the competition in terms of how good it is to deploy and to manage?
Yeah, it's a really good question we get all the time. And yeah, I mean, you know, when we say enterprise ready, we talked about automation.
Mhm.
We should be able to provision the infrastructure using Ansible or Terraform. We support that.
Mhm.
And there's all workload mobility capabilities. Either you're doing, a vMotion, a storage vMotion, or moving a VM around, or doing DRS, which is workload rebalancing. Right?
Mhm.
All those capabilities are available today. Beyond that, uh, one thing that's what we say is enterprise ready is, uh, traditional HCI architecture is limited because you can't scale
Mhm.
compute
Yeah.
storage
It's yeah.
independently. VME works uh, on a disaggregated architecture. So you can scale storage and compute independently, and that can dramatically lower your costs, right, of developing the infrastructure.
Yeah.
So that we are that's a big value prop for enterprise ready. Other very important point for enterprise ready is because it's a hypervisor. Hypervisor sits in the infrastructure, touching everything. So we have put significant effort in certification and qualification of all major hardware, infrastructure, HP servers, HP storage. We have Dell servers, Dell storage, NetApp storage, Pure storage, all qualified to work with VME. And then as you move up the stack, there are guest OSs. So we support Windows, all flavors of Windows, and
Mhm.
all flavors of Linux. When you move above that, we have, database servers, right, that we support that are now certified to work on top of VME. And then, of course, right, when you're building a cloud, you need data protection. So we have, Veeam,
Yeah.
Zerto, right, Cohesity,
Commvault is also somewhere in
Commvault.
the
Yeah.
press
These are
release as
all,
well.
integrated and tested. So that to me is, say when we say enterprise ready,
So but in the full stack,
it's full
basically.
stack.
Yeah.
In the beginning, when you announced it in December or when it became available, or it was more like, oh, we have an alternative for vSphere, basically. It was purely the virtualization stack. But now you're adding all these storage labels, you're integrating with your own storage service.
Yeah.
We even heard there's some Aruba network technology coming in.
Yeah.
There's a whole automation part of Morpheus.
Yeah.
They're slowly moving towards VCF stack as well.
So we are, look, the value, what we're hearing consistently from customers is they are under pressure
Yeah.
to modernize their infrastructure for new types of workloads. And the new types of workloads are AI workloads to be deployed at the edge, which have a different characteristic, workloads also for sovereign. All of that is placing, pressure on our customers to move fast. The challenge they're running into, what we just talked about, right? There's changes in the industry in terms of how the virtualization is priced, how it's packaged. So that's become like a roadblock. So, customers want to move fast, but customers are saying they want to move fast, but they want flexibility, they want choice, and they want to lower the total cost of ownership.
Yeah, and they don't want to move everything to move fast, right?
Yeah.
So that's a very important point as well.
Yeah, that's a really important point, right? So they want to move fast, but they want flexibility, they want choice, and make sure the economics work for them.
Yeah.
So that problem statement is what we are trying to solve with our private cloud offer.
Mm-hmm.
And what we are doing is we are offering a full stack solution, of course, hardware, underlying, compute, networking, storage. Then we have this virtualization layer where not only we support our hypervisor, VMware hypervisor, we also support third-party hypervisors. We support bare metal. We support containers.
Yeah.
And we also support if the workloads move to a public cloud. So, and then on top of that, we support different types of workloads. It could be a traditional workload. It could be a modern application containerized workload. It could be a bare metal workload. It could be a machine learning workload.
So then it's not really about competing with VCF as a stack. It's more adding a layer on top of whatever it is that you're using and being able to run everything underneath it, so to speak.
Yeah, this is like we are delivering what we are trying to deliver. Our strategy is to deliver a hybrid cloud, right? So when we say hybrid cloud, it's all about flexibility and choice. It runs on any hardware. We support our hypervisor and third-party hypervisors. We support bare metal. We go to the public cloud. Yeah. And then you can run it at our data center. You can run it at the edge. HP can manage it, or customers can manage it, right? So we're putting it all together. And by the way, this is important, right? Flexibility and choice is good, but if you don't give the right tooling to manage it, it's chaos.
You add complexity and chaos to the equation. You don't want that, right? No.
And the way we are solving that problem, this is something that you brought up, is we have Morpheus now, right? The Morpheus enterprise software, along with OpsRamp, along with Zerto, give us that standard layer on top of the infrastructure, where now we can deliver consistent infrastructure, consistent operations.
That's the cloud ops suite, right?
Cloud ops suites. That is the cloud ops suite. You layer the cloud ops suites on top of the infrastructure, and you get seamless, consistent infrastructure across the heterogeneous environment. So
I just want to get this clear. How much do you need to change as an organization to adopt this sort of nirvana that you're painting? I mean, you can already do it, but a lot of companies probably want it as well.
Yes.
How much do you have to prepare as a company to actually adopt what you're now actually telling us?
Yeah. So look, you're right. It's here. It's available now, right? It's available now.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing is, right, look, the cloud, the software piece is where there's the biggest evolution, right? Is because now, like I said, we are releasing our KVM-based VMware hypervisor on a monthly basis, right? So you can imagine, right, the transformation we have to go through. That's one. Second transformation is we now are thinking from an integrated system perspective. It's not about hardware, it's not about software, it's about an integrated system. It's about a full stack. So that mindset, right? That mindset, not only in our development, also how we support. So we have, as you know, HP has long-standing expertise in supporting virtualization.
Yeah.
We had to now basically reimagine that because we're supporting full stack. So we had to train 300 plus engineers, make sure we support the full stack with 24/7, with
Isn't
full
it
stack
really
capability.
hard to support so many different systems?
Look, you're right, in terms of, when you have flexibility, when you have choice, right, you have too many things to manage.
Yeah.
But if you have the right structure in place, then, you're in a better position. So how do we put structure in place? Like I told you, like I shared with you earlier, right? We have interop matrices. We get third-party hardware. We get third-party, software sitting on top. And we have invested in labs where we do interop testing, validation. So when we release our full stack, it's very well defined, it's standardized, so customers can take that capability. They have the confidence when they deploy, right? It is going to work. Our support teams are trained on that stack, so when they get calls, they know what components are working, what are supposed to work, and they're able to support, right? So there's a lot of work transformation we do upfront.
Yeah.
so that the downstream teams can benefit from that.
Because even though you've supported virtualization for a long time already,
Yeah.
you've only become a major player since VME, right?
Yeah.
So you're actually using all the expertise you gained over the years supporting this virtualization to actually also now support what you're offering at the moment.
It's an extension for us, right?
Okay.
It's an extension. Of course, we have to support virtualization.
Okay.
Now it's our own product. It's level 1, level 2, level 3. We support that, but also it fits into the broader full stack. So as a company, we're offering the full stack capability. So the support, the professional services, right?
Yeah.
Also, and the whole thing we had to, basically, transform is the mindset. The mindset is how do we enable our customers from migration to modernization, planning, design, migrating the workload to VME, and then once it's there, working with our customers to realize the benefit, showing them how to automate the infrastructure. How do you bring modern applications on top of that? So those are a set of capabilities that our professional services team has built. And as you know, HPE is a very partner-friendly company. So we are taking that IP that our professional services team has created and working, to make it available to our partners so that the partners can, deliver profitable managed services. The process also help
And
customers.
so that they, towards the future, can also build a proper full stack,
That's right.
even sovereign kind of solution for their customers. Right?
That's right.
That's where we.
Yeah.
That's actually where a lot of his stuff goes, right? So the private cloud stuff.
Yeah. So you bring up a good point. As we enable partners, partners can now deliver sovereign capabilities.
Yeah.
And as you know, sovereign is top of mind for customers in, especially outside Americas, right? In Europe and in Asia, where
Europe, it's top of mind at the
top of
moment.
mind,
Yeah.
data residency, external jurisdiction control, sovereign ownership, right? Sovereign operations. All those are very important aspects that our partners can deliver.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I
think.
think.
So and moving forward, do you expect? I mean, that's the last question. I think. Do you expect this popularity to maintain, or to keep gaining traction, or because the fact that it was very popular after you launched it made a lot of sense because it's something new, right? And people are they really want to know about this and they want to try it.
Yeah, a lot of them were looking for a young
Yeah.
alternative.
Do you expect when the VMware sort of storm is going to die down? Do you expect this to be a continued, very high growth business for HPE?
Yeah, no, look, the way I look at my interactions over the last, I would say, quarter or so, I mean, it's been amazing, right? I mean, I see the momentum increase. I see a lot more customer interest, a lot more partner interest. We are in the middle of so many POCs right now, right? So many deployments, I'm part of, right? So we see this momentum coming here. If anything, right, I'm going to see accelerated momentum. I see my calendar. I see my team's calendar. I see how our engineering is.
It's full.
I see. I mean, look, I'm telling you, it is just. It is.
It's a relatively new product. Is there a limit on it? Is it suitable for every company, or is an organization that has, I don't know, 10,000 PMs? Is it possible, or is there a limit on what it can do?
Yeah. No, look. I want to make sure, right? The VME product is basically based on KVM hypervisor.
Yeah.
It's KVM hyper has been in the market for a long time, right? So it's proven. It's
But you
robust.
build in this whole management layer on top.
We are adding management capabilities on top, and let me just quickly talk about you talked about 10,000 VMs. As a matter of fact, today, and this is we are actively engaged, right? Is we our at HPE, our HP labs, we have 20,000 VMs, 8 petabytes of data across 22 sites. 22 sites. We have now VM workloads, we have container workloads, we have databases running. All that, right, is like everybody else, right? There was a transformation, there was a change in the industry. Our engineering budgets went up, cost went up, and we had to kind of react. Happy to report that we are halfway there in terms of migrating those 20 VMs to VME. And guess what? We are seeing 70% savings.
That's
70% savings. Because if you didn't do that, guess what? Where would that come from? Engineering OpEx, right? And we are doing this thing in a non-disruptive manner because remember, these are engineers. They're developing software. Right? And if you do stuff disruptively and if the bill fails, right, there's loss of productivity across so many engineers. So we are very carefully doing it in a non-disruptive way. We are migrating, and we have seen, because like I said, halfway through, 70% savings.
That's big
Yeah.
promises.
So
and
that's
no performance issues by building such a big infrastructure.
no. I mean, we are like I said, like we are halfway through this,
Yeah.
and we're
Yeah,
going
but
on.
it's good to know because I
Yeah.
can imagine some customers might think, "Oh, this is new, but can it support my giant infrastructure?" Yeah,
This is giant. I mean, 20,000 VMs.
yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like we
Alright.
said, right, we are very confident, right? I mean, on this product, it's enterprise ready. It delivers on the price performance, right?
Yeah.
Not only it has the enterprise capability, it has the right price points. It's compelling price
Yeah.
points. 98% performance compared to a bare metal,
Mm-hmm.
and then also offered as a integrated full stack.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, and we'll see how this will evolve. Thank you, Rajiv, for being on our show.
All right. Thank you very much for taking the time.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Techzine TV from HPE Discover. We'll be back with more videos, so keep watching.
Thank you for watching Techzine TV, the channel about enterprise technology that brings you IT insights and analyses from events all around the globe. We cover everything, everywhere. Visit techzine.eu for more written in-depth articles and analysis, or keep watching techzine.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to our channels and share your favorite videos with your colleagues. We'll see you soon.